We are back with more 7 Days to Die Alpha 19 news. Hey guys, I'm Obi.
And I'm Sobi. You may notice some slight changes in our audio throughout the video, and that's due to a little zombie outbreak of our own. Try to bear with us, we are trying to take precautions and record our voiceovers separately. Then Obi will work some magic and try to splice them together as best he can. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell to be the first to see our weekly content that comes out every Friday. Now this video is going to be a bit shorter than our last 7 Days to Die Alpha 19 update. If you missed that video, be sure to click on the teaser on the top right part of your screen now. Also, at the end of this video, we'll be talking about the 7 Days to Die console edition and the disappearance of updates to that platform. So in our last video, we covered quite a lot. We talked about the new visual models for things like tools and Trader Jen and some new items like the junk drone that will be added in Alpha 19. We also mentioned changes to and removal of different skills and perks and so much more. We have not received as much information as we did for the last video, but we have got our first look at some new visuals and screenshots from the Fun Pimps concerning the 7 Days to Die Alpha 19 update.
Let's get into it. So, for all those grease monkeys out there, harvesting cars will be much easier, especially once you get your hands on the new impact wrench. Last time we showed some concept art for things like the new auto shotgun and the Desert Eagle. We also mentioned that Alpha 19 will be bringing new top tier weapons. Well, here's our first look at the new top tier pistol. In this picture is the unmodded version, and we also get to see what the fully upgraded pistol will look like as well. This fully upgraded version will feature a scope, laser sight, and a suppressor. We did receive a comment in our last video concerning a new sniper rifle as well, but without confirmed information from the Fun Pimps, we didn't want to mention this. Well, we have some good news, and here's our first look at the new top tier sniper rifle, making its way into Alpha 19. Here we have two different scopes, a hollow sight and a long range scope. Also, again, a silencer helping us keep the noise down and not attract new zombies.
Speaking of new zombies, we did show some concept art for the zombie Arlene, but this time around we also have a look at Marlene. This is the new HD Marlene model, and boy does she look nasty. Bloodstained and scarred, she now has a particularly gruesome appearance. If you will, notice that her eye is held on only by the optical nerves and is currently resting on her cheek. We hope the Fun Pimps will add a swinging animation to that eye to add some realism and maybe a bit of humor. Moving our attention back to Arlene, however, we have some new images of what her character model will look like in-game. We have 3 different shots, 2 inside a very dark shopping center and 1 out in the harsh daylight. While we're on the topic of lighting, here's some very interesting shots of not only a new zombie model, but also some new lighting mechanics we can expect to see in Alpha 19. The zombie is known as the infected survivor, which is somewhat ironic considering he didn't survive. But here we get our first look at his character model in-game. From a distance, all you can make out is his dark silhouette with some ripped clothing. However, as we get closer, you may notice some fresh blood covering his hands that moves all the way up to his nemesis-looking mouth. Like the scene from Saw 3, if you look at his head, you can see where someone was trying to play doctor, but it looks like the operation did not go so well.
What's outstanding here is the level of detail, the rotten peeled flesh. Then you can see where the skull has been removed, leaving behind an exposed brain. Moving back a bit, you can see the new lighting at work, and this is something we are really excited to check out in real time. Also, if you look at the new torch model, you will notice slight oil drips running down the shaft. This level of detail is something we never expected to see in 7 Days to Die, and we are excited to see what else is in store for visuals and lighting coming in future updates. The player backpack is getting a new model as well, and the devs have stated that it will be much easier to see with the addition of the new sprite gradient system. We also recently received a comment about adding new POIs or points of interest into the game as well. We've already received a bunch of POIs in the past, and we are excited to announce that more are coming. Here's the first look at the new POI coming in 7 Days to Die Alpha 19. Graced with the presence of Arlene, whom we mentioned earlier, this is the new Ranger Outpost that will be added in Alpha 19. Once cleared, it looks like the Ranger Outpost might make a good starting base, complete with its own watchtower. Again, in our last video, we talked about the trader update, where each trader will specialize in different inventory. We also got word that doing different quests for the traders will lead you to the different traders that the game has to offer. This will make it easier to locate them if you have not already explored and cleared the map. These quests are now called trader-to-trader quests, and while we haven't been given any real details on how these work, we assume that you will be playing Delivery Boy, moving packages from one trader to another. Alright guys, that's all the 7 Days to Die Alpha 19 news we currently have for this video. If you enjoyed this portion of the video, please hit that like button and share this video on your social media, as it helps us grow and reach a broader audience, and we really appreciate it. Now let's move on to the more somber part of this video, the console updates. So our last 7 Days to Die Alpha 19 video was bombarded with comments regarding the console version of the game. While we thought it was common knowledge of what happened with the console versions, after receiving comment upon comment, we quickly realized that it might just be the opposite. For those that did not know, the Fun Pimps are a PC developer only. They sold the rights to Telltale Games to do the code transfer for the console versions. Well, unfortunately, Telltale Games went under as a company, and so with it did the updates. With that being said, we just wanted to read this statement that the developer released last October.
Many are speculating about the future of 7 Days to Die on consoles, and the Fun Pimps wanted to be as transparent as possible, so here's the reality of the situation. After a long and tedious legal process and a closed auction, the Fun Pimps have reacquired full console publishing rights on the current and all future versions of 7 Days to Die on PS4 and the Xbox One. We know there is still a steady and healthy 7 Days console community, as we hear from them on our social media channels all the time, and the game still has nearly 10,000 concurrent users playing the game on weekends. As far as updates, the console has not gotten a meaningful update since July of 2017, which was content and features from the Alpha 15 PC version. The Fun Pimps are a PC game developer and publisher, and we do not have the resources or expertise to do ports/updates to the console. So we licensed the console publishing rights to Telltale Games, who hired Iron Galaxy, who have done the ports with minimal assistance. We all had a great thing going. A full Alpha 16 port was in the works, that is, until Telltale's insolvency broke the cadence of builds, hurt our sales, reputation, and created this unfortunate situation. Instead of investing in a new update, TFP spent a very large sum of money regaining the rights back in an auction, in addition to ongoing legal and auditing fees. Now we wanted to highlight that last comment, in addition to ongoing legal and auditing fees. Let's continue. Now that we are the console publisher, as an operational business and out of obligation to our investors and our hardworking team who need to provide for their families too, we have to evaluate the expense and risk of porting any future versions of the game to consoles relative to the income it could generate. Full console ports cost into the millions of dollars, not to mention the restrictions the platform holders have on not breaking saved games, which would be inevitable given our current framework and the technical challenges associated with porting a resource-intensive game like 7 Days to consoles. With Sony and Microsoft, no matter how small, any update has to go through a rigorous testing/submission process. As you can see, this is not an easy problem to solve. We are exploring all options that would eventually deliver a new version of 7 Days to the consoles, but this would likely happen after the PC version has gone gold, and could end up being an entirely new product or on the next console. Please understand, Telltale going under has put the console version of 7 Days in this situation. The Fun Pimps are just trying to look out for the future of our company and the game we care about. The Fun Pimps will keep you updated as more information becomes available or if things change. We thank you for all the continued support.
Alright guys, that's everything we know regarding the console version of 7 Days to Die. We understand that everyone is frustrated with this situation, as we are too. We have not always had access to PC gaming, and for many years we played the Xbox One version to get our fix, but unfortunately these updates have stopped. All that we can say is that we understand both perspectives. You have the Fun Pimps who want to keep working on a game that has amazing potential, but do not have the knowledge or resources to continue the update on the console versions. And you have the console players who feel cheated for not receiving these updates. All that we can say is try to have patience. The Fun Pimps have been through a lot over the last couple of years, and they want to make everyone happy. Try to think of this situation from their point of view.
So guys, let's go ahead and wrap this up. As always, we want to know, what do you think of the visual changes coming to 7 Days to Die Alpha 19? Is there anything you would like to see in this upcoming Alpha update? Let us know down in the comments. Hey guys, you can follow us on Twitter and Facebook by clicking the links in the description below.
Until next time, this is Obi.
This is Sobi.
Signing out.
See you guys next time.